Hello everybody and welcome back. We're about to screw somebody over. Him.
Scroll up.
Yeah.
The princess isn't as much of a hard ass as someone would like her to be. She'd probably rather be, or she'd probably rather avoid further alienating the Duskborn community. That said, if we run into Kadir, we're as good as fucked.
What do you have on
What do we
Larson?
have on ours?
What kind of dirt do you have on Larson anyway? Must be some serious shit. Him.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
A few years back, the Second Inquisition had coordinated Souls of New York Kindred. Operation Lights Out, they called it. Nasty fucking business that was. A lot of good vampires died, some of them I knew personally. Larson was one of the Inquisition's first targets. When they got to him, he managed to convince them to spare his life. In exchange, he fed them info on a fellow Camarilla member, one Nicky the Chop. Suffice it to say, Nicky didn't make it through the night.
Oh, he sold someone out.
Yep. Okay, time's a wasting. What do you think we should do?
You're letting me decide. Wait, you're letting me make the call?
Look, kid, I've been at it all day, mulling it over. All I got from my trouble was a splitting headache. I just don't know anymore. All I'm asking for is your honest opinion. Just pick one and make a case. Convince me it's the right thing to do, or the least wrong, at least. And one more time, bring the girl to Elysium, trade her life for Larson's, or sneak her out of the town. Which would you go with?
Definitely not get her out of town.
No, that's
absolutely the wrong
that leads
option.
to more problems.
Honestly, I think the best choice between all this is to go straight to the prince and just either way, this will either go really well and they'll sort things out with Santa, or we deliver the killer to the court, right? One way or the other,
Yep.
it gets resolved and we don't look like guilty, evil bad guys who've been sheltering a criminal, which we have been. And I don't know, I don't think we should... I don't know, anyone named Nicky the Chop kind of sounds like they were probably not a great dude. I don't know, not trying to justify it, like snitching on somebody, that's really shitty. But... I think Elysium is the best option. What do you think?
Yeah. That we'll have a chance to actually keep her alive.
And if
Even
not,
if it's a slim one.
If not, then we still did things by the book and we did what was right by the court. I don't know if they'll see that way, but bringing her to Elysium seems like the most reasonable thing to do.
And the cruelest. Or at the very least, the most risky. We can't convince Panna to give Santa a shot that the girl is as good as dead.
Then let's be convincing.
So be it. Fuck. Do me a favor, kid. Watch it for a few minutes, okay? I gotta make some arrangements, make a few calls.
I gotta call Kadir. He catches himself, looks at you with an expression of the phoniest of phony guilt.
But not like with a phone or anything, because you know that would make me a naughty boy, which I clearly am not.
He walks out of the office. Through the frosted windows, you can see him instantly go to his clamshell phone. Screw it. Does it really make a difference at this point? He turned to the girl who still has her nose in the book. You like the book? So, is that book any good? I don't usually go for this sort of stuff. It just leaves me cold. She looks up from the book and her eyes glaze over. Cold. A shiver runs down your spine. You decide it's best to leave her to her reading and spend the next few minutes in complete silence. Finally, D'Angelo staggers back into the room.
Alright, I called a friend of mine who works at the art hole. She says the prince is there right now, in her private quarters. We'll just have to figure out a way to get an audience.
Oh no, we're gonna break and enter on the prince's own room. Oh, that's bad.
In his own dojo. Or her own dojo.
In her own dojo. She walks over to Sana and crouches beside her. Speaking softly, he takes the book out of her hands and gently strokes her head.
Hey, darling, I need you to listen very carefully. We're going on a little trip, okay? You just stay quiet and stay close to me. Can you do that? Stay close to D'Angelo?
She squints, trying her best to concentrate. Angelo.
This makes you think just doing a read.
A little bit.
Get close enough.
Something akin to a smile creeps onto her face. Excuse me. It's not the cave. I'm just tired. It's as close to happy as you've seen her. Gift. Not hurt. D'Angelo returns her smile.
You're welcome.
He turns to you,
I
putting
think
his
someone's
serious
home.
face back on. He nods. Looks like it's go time. The art hall welcomes you with all its usual weirdness and grotesqueries masquerading as contemporary art. Right now, however, art is the last thing on your mind. As the three of you make your way through the crowd of usual suspects, D'Angelo gestures towards a lone figure standing in the corner. To your surprise, it turns out to be Sophie. As you approach, she raises an eyebrow, taking an especially long look at Sana. And here I thought nothing in this world could surprise me anymore. Mind telling me what it is you're doing here? D'Angelo nods courteously.
We're here to see Prince Banad. I don't suppose you could help us get an audience.
I think you're confusing me with the Prince's Herald. An honest mistake in this lighting.
Harpy?
The Domain Herald, or Harpy, knows everyone and all their secrets, and will share them with others for the right price. Harpy is an originally negative epithet, but some wear it with pride, knowing the role of information broker is valued in any court. Have I really unread all these?
No, we have read them all.
I know, but maybe I need to click on them to make it count.
No,
Boom.
they're still there. They're gonna stay there. They just say, like, are in bold white when you haven't read them.
Oh,
Just
right.
don't go away.
Still, I'm afraid you're out of luck. From what I've heard, the prince is not accepting visitors. She'll be grateful for letting us in. We wouldn't be asking if it wasn't important. I'm sure the prince will be thankful for bringing this matter to attention. Very nice, very slippery, and very futile. As I've already stated, the prince is not accepting visitors. Suddenly, you hear a voice from... Oh no, it's Kadir. It's the last voice you could
No,
possibly
it's
want to hear right
Valerie.
now.
Oh no, it's Kadir. Okay,
Oh
maybe I can
no!
help.
You look over to D'Angelo. He seems frozen in place, not able to move a single muscle. This is bad. Very bad. Keeping things casual, Kadir tips an imaginary hat in your general direction. When he looks at Senna, you notice his expression sour, if ever so slightly.
Perhaps it's a conversation best held in private. Follow me.
It's Morbin time? Before leaving, he nods at Sophie.
Langley.
Kadir. Again, you glance over to D'Angelo, but he doesn't even acknowledge you. He seems to be in a state of deeply internalized panic. Not seeing any way out of the situation, you follow Kadir into a small backstage area. There, he stops and addresses you once more.
It's good to see you, D'Angelo. It's been a while since you last showed your face around here. And I see you've brought friends. How about we skip the unnecessary drama and you two leave without incident, while I take care of our thin blood guest?
She can be helped. You don't have to do this. She can still be helped.
Maybe, maybe not. That ship has sailed a long time ago. It ends tonight, with me. It doesn't have to be this way. Just let us talk to Panhard.
That's Prince.
That's Prince
Yeah,
Panhard to you,
I don't know
D'Angelo.
why. Yeah,
And
it's so
no,
annoying.
your harebrained scheme isn't gonna work. What exactly did you think was going to happen? You bring a dustborn with a blood hunt on her head on my doorstep and... what? Hope that the prince stays my cruel hand? Honestly, I thought you were smarter than that.
I'm not. It was mine.
But... I promise to make it quick, painless. That's as much as you'll get, so don't push it.
And with that, he turns to Sana. His expression grows softer, almost kind. Then he grabs her by the hand, gently. There's not even an inkling of violence in his demeanor.
Come, my child, you've been very brave. The pain is almost over.
Pain over. With blissful ignorance, she looks at you and D'Angelo as the sheriff walks her out of the room. Your companion looks broken, as if something inside him just snapped. Without even looking at you, he utters under his breath.
I killed her.
We. Give it a rest. If anything, it's we.
Kid, I know you're trying to make me feel better, but it's not really working. I really thought I could save her.
Not really knowing what to say, you lift your hand to pat him on the back. You stop yourself mid-motion. Somehow, it doesn't seem like the right thing to do. You leave the art gallery and head back to the Red Hook. On your way, you keep thinking about Sana and whether now is the exact moment Kadir brings her final death. It's not a pleasant journey. Slowly, clumsily, you make your way back to the grain terminal. No words are spoken, no bad jokes made, no monologues muttered, and no smiles exchanged. There's only silence and vacant stares. As you head up the stairs to D'Angelo's office, you feel the tension rising. You can tell that the moldy sleuth has reached a breaking point. He walks into his office and leans against his cluttered desk. You figure now is a good time as any to break the silence. Are you gonna be okay? The moment you finish your sentence, D'Angelo leans over and sweeps all his stuff off the desk. Notepads, bits of paper, and what looks like a cheap imitation of an antique lamp. It all comes crashing to the floor. It doesn't stop there, as he grabs a heavy file cabinet and knocks it over. Slowly but surely, the once quiet office turns into a heap of crumpled paper and broken furniture. The tantrum lasts for mere seconds, but as you stand there, watching, it feels like forever. Finally, D'Angelo stops and looks up at the ceiling. It's hard to tell if he's had enough or simply run out of stuff to throw around. As he stands there, slowly regaining composure, one of the objects scattered on the floor catches your eye. It's a small paperback novel, the same you saw Sana reading earlier tonight. It must have landed there while D'Angelo was giving him the room a royal thrashing. You pick it up. In huge letters, the title on the cover spells The Longest Night and Other Stories. A smaller caption underneath it reads, Another collection of stories from the Gianni D'Angelo saga. What in the actual fuck? You flip it over and are immediately drawn to the picture on the back of the cover. If not for a lack of flaky skin and distorted features, you'd say the guy looks very familiar. The name next to the picture, Reginald Finch. You stand there, not even knowing where to start. Even in his current state, D'Angelo, or whatever his name is, remains one step ahead of you.
Yeah, that's me in the picture. Reggie fucking Finch. Haven't seen him in a while. Wasn't planning to.
You took on the name of your character? You named yourself after one of your characters?
Afraid it's more than that. I sort of became him. See, Reggie Finch was a pushover, a small-time journalist and a wannabe writer. He would never survive out there amongst the Coteries in New York. Gianni D'Angelo, on the other hand. Honestly, it just sort of happened. Guess it was the only way I could make sense of it all. I mean, once you wake up looking like this, realizing your life and all that you were is gone forever, you can't really blame me for trying to at least make it interesting.
Fair enough. It's okay to be D'Angelo. I guess to some extent, we all put on an act in front of others. We make up characters, idealized versions of ourselves. It gives us something to live up to. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's still weird, but it's not that weird. D'Angelo. For a moment, he seems to be mulling over what you just told him. Finally, he picks the ashtray up off the floor. Rummaging through the ashes, he finds a mangled, half-finished cigar. He sticks it in his mouth and lights up, the lighter's flame reflecting in the shades. He smiles at you, ever so slightly.
Thanks, kid. Tell you what, I'm gonna take the rest of the night off. I need some time to get my shit in order. Starting with this office, some dumb assholes made one hell of a mess of it.
You smile and nod. He nods back.
I'll be seeing you.
And so you leave him to his thoughts. No way to be sure, but you have a feeling. He's gonna be alright. A trophy. Bye, my lovely. Okay, so Did we achieve the quote-unquote good ending with his little storyline?
I don't know.
Because
I'm wondering.
I feel like if we had tried to sneak him out, Kadir would have just found us and beat the shit out
And
of
we
us
would
or
have
killed
been.
us.
No, we
And
would have
trading
been
in
essentially
Larson,
trialed for.
yeah, trading in Larson sounds like it would have bad repercussions too.
Yeah, the progenitor would be gone, and Valerie might take its place.
Primogen, yeah. You come back to your
Yeah.
haven after a long night out. Right before you open the door, you notice something strange. Sounds of television are coming from your apartment. Mad Men, never saw it, if you're not mistaken. You open the door and carefully peek in. A young, disheveled woman is curled up on your sofa. She has a blanket pulled on top of her and seems very comfortable. Next to her lies an obviously unconscious, preppy woman. Oh, good. Oh, you're
Ooh.
home. The woman reaches for a remote and puts Mad Men on pause. You weren't home, so I started without you. You know, Netflix and chill. Join me. There's space on the sofa. I brought us a snack. You enjoyed it last time. The woman points lazily to the unconscious girl. Oh, I forgot. My name is Adelaide. Adelaide Davis. I like you a lot. Help yourself and settle in.
Netflix and chill.
I mean... She did save us. There's got to be some sort of situation.
Let her down gently, ask her to leave, kick her out.
Although if we feed now, it could save us the trouble later.
You're right.
Should we then? I feel like trying to make her leave is the bad option here. Clearly she was able to get in here. Clearly she knows who we are. And clearly she knows where to find us at multiple times of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Adelaide makes space on the sofa as you sit down between her and the unconscious mortal. You lean to drink from the girl as Adelaide uses the remote to turn Mad Men back on. The girl moans sleepily as you drink from her, but doesn't wake. Her blood tastes pleasant and unhurried, a far cry from the adrenaline of blood you get by hunting a victim who knows you're coming. As you lick the girl's wound close and sit back on the sofa, Adelaide lays down and rests her head in your lap. Okay. Isn't this nice? Can I kiss you? Shh, I missed this. We can pretend to be human, at least for a while. You watch the show together, taking small sips from the human every now and then. You didn't know vampires could spend time like this. The door to your apartment opens. Your mind is elsewhere and you react slowly. Sophie strides in. Oh. This is a bad look. You're shacking up with Adelaide Davis. Oh. You're You're shacking up with Adelaide Davis, this scourge of Snug Harbor in the flesh. This is a new low for you, fledgling. I'm embarrassed for you, really. Perhaps I should not be surprised. Come on, Sophie, let me have this. It's not what it looks like. Adelaide, you better go. I mean, I didn't even know who the fuck she was. I mean, it's exactly what it looks like. Adelaide, you better go. Adelaide glances at Sophie and gives you a quick kiss on the cheek. Sophie sighs. Adelaide leaves the room, making sure to give as wide berth to Sophie as possible. Sophie waits for the door of the apartment to close before she speaks. The Clan of the Moon. Did I not advise caution when dealing with them? As you watch, Sophie makes a phone call. 10 minutes later, two of her servants arrive to remove the unconscious girl sprawled on your sofa. You clearly need my help. It won't happen tonight, but let me see if I can resolve your stalker problem for real. You'll have to wonder what Sophie meant by that as she leaves your haven. Alright, well, we got a meal in, so... Sophie requests your presence tonight, and it seems urgent. You find her already waiting for you and clearly pondering something. It takes a few minutes of awkward silence before she speaks. I require your assistance, Jerricola. There is a matter of great importance that I need to ask you to resolve for me. You'll find what I'm about to say surprising, I'm sure, but you need to hear me out. I need you to contact an important anarch figure in NYC and arrange a meeting for us. You're right, that is surprising. I'll be setting a trap, right? That meeting, it's a trap, right? You need me to set it up so you can deal a blow to them? No, not immediately anyway. I intend to meet with them in good faith. I realize how ridiculous this must sound to you. Yeah,
Very.
it kinda does. But that's all the time we have for now. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you later.
Adios.